there. So today I'm going to be taking a look at this soldering tool. It's a kit that basically should have everything, but I have some other things, but I wanted to try to pick this up because it'll be a little bit easier to use since it is the way it is, and I'll show you. I have some soldering projects that I've been meaning to get done, and we'll go ahead and take a look at this. So this is a USB-C powered soldering unit, which is kind of interesting. WORKPRO, blah, blah, blah. We've got the instructions. I probably won't need them, but I will take it out just in case. We've got some little sponges, a little well for the water, and a place to hold your soldering iron. It's very cute. We have a 20-watt charger that actually powers this bad boy, and we have a couple of nice tweezers, and those seem actually pretty good. They don't seem like they're bending whenever I try to bend them. Anyways, so it looks like this is one of the two tips that it comes with. So we have a tip that is a very fine tip, and we also have a tip that looks like it's got a little bit of a bend to it. So that's kind of interesting. And this is just a little bit of solder that they give you. But this is basically what you have. It has a nice little piece that stays on the end of it if you want to, and it looks like that is keyed, so that will stay on better if it's like that. And it just is able so that you can quickly just throw the lid on this and throw it off to the side or whatever without burning things. That's kind of nice. Alright, so that has a pretty good tip on it compared to the other one. The other ones are very tiny, but like I said, that one's got a 45-degree angle on its knife, so that's what we got there. They don't even twist, it's just a friction fit. Very neat. Of course, don't grab this whenever it's hot. That would be not smart. So let's see. I don't think these do not have batteries built into them. It's just straight USB. I'm gonna go ahead and take the covering off. I hate when those are on there, and I love taking them off. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right. So I guess I will plug this in real quick. The USB-C cord that this thing comes with is pretty chunky. It's got some thickness to it, so I'm guessing this thing's going to pull some pretty good power through this to heat this up. And that is roughly 5.5 feet long. Plug that in, and it just plugs into the end. And you can see it says welcome. 12 volt. It's off. I'm going to go ahead and press it on. And if you see, if I just press it, it does nothing, so it doesn't automatically come on without you holding it. And there it goes. And you can see that thing is quickly coming up the temperature. We are up to 662 degrees. That is ridiculously fast. That's insane. So, I need to get a little bit of water, and I will be right back. That's one of the little sponges, all nice and happy. All I did was just give it some water. So I'll just go ahead and place that in there. I'm gonna set this over here because I am right-handed, and that should work nicely to just sit there like that. So this is one of my projects. It's an old stereo, and a lot of times these circuits go bad. So I am going to just refresh them, and I think this will be perfect for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out some solder, and I'm just gonna hit a couple of these, and we'll see how well it does with keeping temperature. So we're at, and I like how I'm holding it here and I'm not touching any of the buttons. I actually have another pen that I don't like, and that's one of the reasons why I got this, is that the buttons are actually where you put your fingers, and every single time you go to do things, you're literally touching the buttons. So that one is flowed, that one's reflowed, that one's good. This thing is just super hot, super quick, and I am really impressed with this thing. Now it is a smaller tip, and it will cool off faster, so make sure you don't have any fans or anything up above. You want to go ahead and wipe off your solder once in a while, and I'm going to go ahead and tin this. That is nice and happy and won't be oxidized. So I'm going to go ahead, hit that, and you can see once I hit that, you can actually change the temperature to be Fahrenheit or Celsius. I'm going to hit it again. You can see, you can tell what your offset is. So if you only want to have, if you don't mind having a 10-degree offset, you can set that. You can put the sleep time to be 30 seconds and it automatically turns itself off, which is not a problem because you can see automatically this thing within a very short time gets up to temperature. and that's 350 DC, so I'm a Fahrenheit guy, so I'll go back to Fahrenheit. There's your offset, there's your sleep time, and then you get back to normal, and we're up to 662. Out of curiosity, how high of a temperature can we go? Let's see. I'm just going to keep on. I guess I'll just hold it down. It looks like it's able to reach 890 degrees. 896 degrees. That is ridiculous for such a small little thing. I'm going to go ahead and bring it back. I think I had it was at 560 or something like that. I can always double check that later, but that's fine. And you can see, because it's so small, it's automatically dropping down to the temperature it's supposed to be, because this thing's literally just feeding this enough power to keep it up and running. I'm really impressed with this thing. I've never seen anything at this price point go up to a temperature that quickly. Especially, I've never seen these little ends either, and that's really cool. And just how quickly it heats up is just amazing. So check that guy out. Of course, while it's hot, you can literally put this back on there, and you can see it has little vents to keep it from melting. So now I can set that down on my table and not worry about it hitting anything to melt. These little tubes of solder are cute. But anyways, there you go. That's pretty slick. Good job, guys.